Why, it's Terrance Gangsta Williams, a.k.a. OG Giggity, a.k.a. Mr. Answer Right Back, a.k.a. the People's Champ. I got my homegirl in the building, y'all. Let the people know who you are.
Dana, Magnolia Dana of Wild Willow Street, 2810 Willow, Apartment D.
Hold on, so you saying you born and raised in Anoia?
Born and raised in the Magnolia Project, from Two-Row Hospital to Willow Street.
Two-Row to Willow. Now, you know, really, Two-Row, if you ain't from out of charity, but we're going to give you a pass. Anyway, so...
well, you know, I'm sorry. You know, I came from a little money, so my mama went to Two-Row.
Shots fired, y'all. Shots fired. Can you give us a little history of Wild Willow, like the steppers that come off Wild Willow, the people that you ran with?
Wild Willow. Let's start off with my babysitters. First of all, my babysitters was gangsters, so you know I had to be gangsters. My babysitters was Lester Duplessis, Eric Maurice Sr., Jimmy Camooch, Bussy Duplessis, the list goes on. But you name it, that was my babysitters. Okay,
now when you came up, so you roamed through the Anoia too. Give us some of the steppers that you came in contact with, that you hung out in the courtyard with.
Okay, the steppers that were in my age group was you, of course, Sterling, Dooney, Mosquito, Stone. That's my age group. I stepped down and I went to Slim age group. Slim, Chicken, Skiboo, Law, Red, Dougaloo, Ryan, City, Chillwell, Trinity. The list goes on. There's so many of them.
So you just made a statement that you stepped down. Why you stepped down? Because the ones in your age group ain't want to be bothered with you?
No, I stepped down because the ones that were my age group, they was doing too much. They was wide open. They had a lot of hoes. They was too flashy for me. They thought they was all that. So I couldn't deal with them. The only thing I could do was call them when I needed them.
Yeah. So give us some of the girls in Anoia that you hung out with.
The girls in Anoia I hung out with, all right, I hung out with K-Shawn. I hung out with Nicole. Shiny wasn't out the Magnolia, but Shiny used to come in the Magnolia by us a lot. Sally, I hung out with Tamika. Tamika wasn't out the Magnolia, but she came in the Magnolia a lot. I hung with Bianca. I hung with Keisha. I hung with Keo. I hung with a lot of them.
So you ran with some of the top of the top.
Yes, I was all over the project. Yes, I ran with a lot of them.
Okay, so let's address the elephant in the room. 1994. OG Boobie Black.
Yes, sir.
What were you doing? What was going on at the time when they were shooting dice on the porch?
What I was doing was sitting on the porch looking like everybody else. It was a normal day. You know, everybody was doing their own thing. And they were shooting dice. I was sitting on the porch with my little cousin.
And walk me through, like, when the shots started ringing out, what were you doing? What did you do?
Before the shots start ringing out, and that goes with any shooting in the project, if they have time to warn us, they was like, everybody get inside, everybody get inside. So instead of me and my little cousin getting up to go inside, which we would have had to walk around the corner through the way to get to our porch, we just sat there and looked and was nosy. A lot of people didn't get up, but a lot of people did. But I sat there, me and my little cousin.
And the results of you sitting there, what happened?
The results of me sitting there was when Boobie actually got shot. I don't know how, but the bullet that hit him, it skinned me on my butt. And I have a hole in my butt to this day.
So hold on, you mean, so how, you was like on the same porch? Like where were you, how far you was sitting from him?
I don't even know what it was that I got hit with. For them, I didn't even know I was hit. But I was like on the next porch or two. The next porch.
And you were sitting down or standing like when the shot, you jumped up to try to run in the hallway or?
I think I was sitting down, but I think I was kind of like standing up because we were trying to decide was we going to make it to go through the cut, but we didn't have that much time.
Okay, so now, at what point did you find out you were bleeding?
I found out I was bleeding. My little cousin said, dang, I was like, what? He said, you bleeding. I'm like, bleeding? Well, why? And he said, you bleeding. So we went home, and as soon as I got upstairs, my auntie said, dang. I said, what? She said, come here, let me see. And she said, you bleeding. So she took my shorts down in my underwear, and she said, girl, you bleeding bad. And they rushed me to the hospital.
So are you willing to show the people where your bullet? No, I'm just playing.
Yeah, you know me, I don't mind showing them.
Yeah, no, that's all right. We ain't about to let you move the people with this one.
Right.
Now, at this time, you in the hospital then, the same hospital OG Boobie Black was in.
Right.
At that time, how long did you stay in the hospital?
I didn't stay in that long. They just cleaned it up. I didn't need no stitches. They were telling my auntie, what to do, how to clean it and stuff like that. And I was actually asking them for stitches, but they told me they wasn't going to stitch it up. They just packed it and put a bandage over it.
Back then, later on that day, back in the New Year, back on the same porch.
Yes, sir.
Back as usual.
As usual,
business
was going on as usual. You get patched up and go right back outside.
Wow. That's the life of the New Year.
Life of the Magnolia Project.
Do you have any memories of hanging out with Dougaloo?
Yes, I have a lot of memories of Dougaloo, and I'm so sorry I forgot to name Dougaloo. Dougaloo was one of the guys that hung out with us as well.
Okay, well, can you give us a story? Hanging out with Dougaloo, going to the dance, or
stories with Dougaloo. Dougaloo is one of the guys. Being that I was 4 years older than Slim, so it's basically I kind of like looked out for them and made sure they were straight. I worked 3 jobs so I could take care of myself and them also. And I used to buy them short sets, clothes or whatever. And Dougaloo was mostly one of the main ones.
So basically you was a trick?
Nah, I wasn't no trick.
You was a sugar girl?
Don't feel me. That was my homeboys. I had to make sure they look good.
I'm saying, because you said you had 3 jobs and you took care of all these guys.
Yeah, I had 3 jobs. I mean, hey, I loved money. You know what I'm saying? I wanted it the legal way, so I had a job. I had legal jobs.
And you went and bought everything, like, if somebody like that, give me an outfit. Look out for me. That's what you was doing.
If I'm going on Canal Street, pick me up something. Pick this up, pick this up, bring it back. And I'll bring it back to them.
That's what's up.
But most of the time, we like dressed alike. We always just dressing alike.
You and who?
Me, Doug used to dress alike a lot. I dressed alike with Slim sometimes. Slim was into that Rockaway. He was into, the polos, the Jabos, the Reeboks, so.
So you ever had some T-Bows and Reeds too?
I had T-Bows, I had Reeds, I had Baileys, I had, you name it, I had it.
Okay. You got any shout outs you want to give before we get out of here?
I want to say a shout out to my manager, Queen Friends. You, of course, Terrance Gangsta Williams. You have always been by my side. I would like to give a shout out to my son, Ziggy, Free Ziggy. He'll be home in a minute.
Cause he almost finished.
He almost finished. Chicken.
Stop saying chicken.
Why? That's what I call him. I don't call him Logger.
But everybody don't know him as chicken.
All right, Logger Black, Johnny Boo, Ski Boo, Chill Will, Law. Oh, Frank Nitty. I forgot about Frank.
Frank Mignon.
Man, Frank Mignon, yeah. Who else? It's so many of them, Lord. It's so many of them.
All right, you want to talk about your social media sites?
Social media site is Facebook, Dana and Varel. Instagram, Soldier _ D3. Snapchat, hips and ass.
Snapchat hips and what the
and TikTok, Dana and Varel.
So I see you got a big rock on your finger. Can you hold it up so we can see? Okay, thumbs up. So you engaged?
No, I'm not engaged. That's just my ring.
Oh, all right. So on the Snapchat, the hips and butt thing you have. So are you gonna be setting it out on the only fan page?